it's a very well, orchestrated effort, bringing the all the key stakeholders in telecom together. And I think they have it's very well researched and deliberated, and the final conclusions that have been captured, and the roadmap that they are defining for the future. So it really encompasses all aspects of 6G. There is focus on what kind of technology development, how research should be done, okay, what should be done in standardization, for trials, and what are the kind of features and use cases. So they have looked at the entire global landscape, and in that they have carved out from an India perspective how we can emerge, and it's very timely. Most important thing is that never have we, in time. Across the world, I think China came out with its 6G vision paper in sometime in 2019 or so, and then 19 or 20, and then US and Europe set up their initiatives, the Horizon project, and the Next G Alliance project in the US, and they came up with their vision and white papers in I think 21 or early 22. And not far behind, we have our vision document, and we've been working on this for quite a while. So I would say that India has really arrived in 6G. So yes, we are a partner at 3GPP. We facilitate the people at 3GPP. We facilitate at ITU, at 1M2M, so in various global SDOs. But more importantly, TSDSI has provided a platform for the technical community, okay, in telecom, to come together, to deliberate meaningfully with a purpose, with an objective. And what we saw in 5G with 5GI, we submitted our first contribution at ITU in late 2016, right? Whereas the 5G discussions had started in early 2012, 11, similar to 6G, right? It's a 10-year journey. So we came out, I think the vision document was already done in 2013. This time around, and taking the 5GI journey, which Economic Times is very well familiar, you've been reporting all along, all the drama that happened around 5GI, okay? So I think it has given a lot of confidence to the ecosystem. It has created a lot of understanding and alignment between the industry, academia, and the government and the startups on how we should work towards new future technology, why it is important, what is unique from an India, because these were questions, there were no clear answers at that time when we started. But now there is a lot more clarity. So the 6G forum, when it was created, there was, very quick alignment. People came together, started putting their thoughts, drafting. So, in fact, when the IMT 2030 visioning exercise started in ITU, okay, they started two parallel things: future trends in technology and visioning of IMT 2030. IMT 2030 is called IMT 2030 in ITU, but it is 6G otherwise, right? The common parlance is 6G for IMT 2030. So we were amongst the first contributors. Our members came together, and we had already a study going on inside of TSDSI, study item 70 we call it. And we had identified use cases and technology trends, and all of this was put together and actually submitted at ITU, and a lot of deliberation happened, and we have actually contributed, and our contributions have been accepted into the IMT 2030 vision document. So so I will give you both. See, overall the government is doing a phenomenal job, right, with the DCIS, the DTDF, and this body that has been created, the voice, TCOE, the Telecom Center of Excellence. They've been really reaching out to the startups, and the amount of momentum and energy and support that the startups are getting is phenomenal. It's there for everybody to see. You go to any event this week itself, at the India Telecom event, you should have gone to the booths and sensed it's not only the excitement, but the quality of the displays, the quality of the products. In fact, Ashwini Vaishnav ji remarked on that the quality of displays that are coming in the startup booths is just, it's there to see for everybody. So I think overall the ecosystem is very energized and the government is putting the right policies and the right support systems in place. In TSDSI, we have a startup task force. Okay, and the startup task force came out with a white paper almost 2 years back. Okay, 2.5 years back, to say what should be the initiatives that should be taken. We studied the startup support from other countries, Israel and US and Korea, and we advised the government on and within TSDSI what can we do. The Bharat Digicom portal was launched, a lot of effort went into that, and our startup community started bridging the whole funding. The fact that a fund should be created to enable startups with the DCIS fund, that idea was mooted in the startup white paper. So I think a lot of this we are kind of working together, right? It's the thought process, and the energy, the and the ideas, and they become infectious. So once you culminate them in the form of a white paper, you discuss it, it becomes a seed. So most recently, what we are focusing now is trying to bring startup and academia together. And we have launched this in Guwahati. We were there. The secretary was also there at the NCC conference. And we are trying to really create opportunities and platforms for startups and academia to come together, understand each other, and see how because that's the way we can take this world forward. And of course the industry, right? The industry working with our academia, the industry connecting with the startups. That anyway, they have their own systems and processes and don't need that much enablement. But where the enablement is needed, where the barriers are, we are trying to reduce it. Yeah, so we are a very open and transparent organization. All big industry are our members. In fact, our chair today is Mr. N.G. Subramaniam from TCS, from Tata Consultancy Services, the COO. And, we have Nokia, Ericsson, Qualcomm, Intel, you name it, all Facebook, all of them are our members, alongside Wipro and TCS and Tata Communications and Tata Motors and the Tech Mahindra. So all the big industry are our members. Sankhya Labs, Tejas Networks, right? They are also now no longer startups. So they are all our members, and they take very active role in very key positions, right? They get involved in our roadmap activities. They get involved in our Marcom and outreach activities. They get, so Nokia is very active. So Samsung is very active. Samsung has even taken leadership. Our current vice chair is from Samsung. Okay. So we are being driven by industry. There is no doubt in that. And in the 5G journey, I think there were certain misunderstandings, and it was the first time something like this was happening. So people came with some preconceived notions and perceptions, which over time everything got sorted out, and finally 5G has been merged into 3GPP. And unless the industry agrees, it cannot happen, right? So industry has actually embraced it. So there's no doubt that industry is very much a part of this whole momentum and excitement that is happening in 5G and in 6G.